What's up, guys? It's July 18th, 2025. We had a couple legs down and then a tight training range for the rest of the day. I did all right. Well, I did all right in the beginning of the day, and then I ended up break even for the rest of the day, but I'm fine with that. I'm pretty happy with my training this week. I hope you guys are too. I want to give a quick shout out to the members and subscribers. I appreciate you guys tuning in, and today's going to be a quick breakdown. Pretty tired. All right, weekly chart, daily chart. Weekly chart looks bullish, but we can see on a daily chart we're getting bad follow through and we're at trailing range highs. So here we have three legs up, or leg one, pull back, leg two, pull back, leg three, or you could say leg one, pull back, leg two, pull back, leg three. A couple ways to count it. What's important is to note where we are within the overall price action to the left, and that's trading at new highs. Pretty cool time. I don't think trading at new highs should psych anyone out. Price action stays the same. Breakouts are all the same. So that's where we are. This is the weekly bar for today. Bit of an expanding triangle. And here's the weekly or daily chart on the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we had a rally, deep pullback, and then rally to a new high. There's that expanding triangle zoomed in. We have bad follow through at highs. Bulls don't want to see this. This could be the start to a pullback for leg one, pullback leg two. Or bears could try to take control and break down to the downside. Let's see. We make a new high, sells off. Made a new high, sold off. Well, we can even say here. Made a new high, sold off. Made a new high, sold off. Made a new high, sold off. Made a new high. Question mark. We'll see what happens. That was such a bad question mark. Question mark. We don't know what's going to happen. Make a new low, rallied. Made a new low, rallied. Well, here's a new low. And we kind of did rally, but... So yeah, trading range behavior. Sellers at highs, buyers at lows. We have a gap up, bad follow through bar one. There's no tail. There's a very small tail, so we know bulls were trying to buy the high bar one, hoping that maybe this was just a pullback to the start of a rally. Bulls buy the high of bar one, they buy more bar two, and look at bar three, it starts to sell off. Problem with this is it rallied. Bar four was just a pullback. So why is this a pullback? Well, let me think here. Bull, bears short here, short here, did you get out? They buy more here, get out. So when bulls bought here, they're gonna buy more, market rally. So bulls actually had two chances to get out, break even. They buy more here, rallies, sells off, they get out break even. Some of the bulls that missed this break even attempt got a second opportunity with bar four, buy more below bar three. Go like that maybe, and those bulls actually made a quick point and then it sells off again. So bulls don't have too much conviction. Bar four is nothing but, even though with the gap up, bar four ended up being a pullback for bars 1, 2, and 3. Bar 5, bear bar, that makes a new low. And look how far bar 5 traveled. Bar 5 went below the swing of bar 2. So that's, it's interesting. Oh. Bar 5 went below the swing of bar 2. The bears weren't able to close the body below, but they were willing to short, but bounce off the EMA, so the EMA is acting as support. Bar 6, inside bar. It's okay to get out of shorts here, or longs if you're long. I think the better trade is to be short here, because we know that bulls are getting trapped trying to buy these highs. They got out break even. There's a leg 2, 5, and 6. Bar 7, really big rally, trapping bulls. It rallied here, so we know bulls were buying all the way up, but then it reversed down, trapping them. The bulls that bought here, did have an opportunity to get out break even, and look, if they were able to hold through this position, which most institutions will hold, and they'll just keep buying so they can get out break even or make a little bit of money. Look at 29, 30, and 31. 31 was that tick, and that caused the second leg down from 31 to 36. So I caught a piece of that leg on NASDAQ. I want to show you guys something here. I'm going to do it on NASDAQ just because that's what I traded. So I was looking for a 50% move of this. Something like this. And then I was like, wow, these bulls are still underwater. I was like this, couldn't get in, couldn't get filled. And then look at the leg from 11 to 12. This is a bull leg, and bulls were willing to buy the high of 11. So I said, okay, this trade's gone for the moment. And I went for this trade here, and I got filled pretty quick. I actually got filled on 12 and exited on 12, so that was nice. So that's something you can do if you're not getting filled on a trade, is look for the last known spot bulls or bears are getting trapped and try and trade from there. I was a little bit worried because how low we are within the market, but it ended up working. Then I was looking, so I caught this. So this is a little funny because this trade only worked if you could see how bar 12 formed. And bar 12 formed by selling off, rallying, and then selling off again. Let me show you. Because you wouldn't really be able to see what I'm seeing unless you saw the way it was forming. There, you see how I got filled? So I saw that I pulled from here, and I saw this here, and that's where I pulled from. I pulled on bar, what is that, 60, what is that, 59. Got filled on 59, exited down here. And then I did it again. That's what I was trying to get at. Then after it was done, the actual leg was placed on the 5-minute chart, and I got filled again. And I exited real quick because I didn't like the rally on 13, 14, 15, and I was thinking that I could get second leg, so I exited, tried to get a long, and I caught a long, but then I exited here on 15, and then I just waited for this, caught this long here, saw that bears are trapped on 23, short high on 26, I got filled on 27 and exited. That was a nice one. Here I took a 1R hit. I thought there'd be like some sort of bounce off the EMA. 30, 31, 32. Bulls buy the high of 29. They're now trapped. And I thought they'd get out of break even, so I held trying. So I was short, or excuse me, I was long at this 50% mark here. And then I got filled on 32. Market was selling off, and I was looking to get out of break even, thinking that bulls buy here, bulls buy here. When the bears get a second leg, so like this, I was gonna get out of break even on the bear pullback like that, but unfortunately there was too much selling pressure because what we just talked about on ES, this ended up being a big leg 1, leg 2. So bulls were already getting out break even, and then they just hit out, and I got caught in that. Took the full hit on bar 33, 34. It happens from time to time. I was up about 150 on the day, then I got cut right last 2 trades for like 75, so it happens. I'm still up on the week, not too pressed about it. But yeah, I just wanted to explain that dynamic about understanding where the trap traders exist within this leg. It actually looks like it was easier to catch on the E-mini. 3 legs down, you quickly pull your fibs, you get filled on 13, exit on 14, 15. And then my setup specifically is not here, but there were trap traders on bar 14. Bulls are buying the high of that, so you can put your fibs there, put your fibs down here. And then look, the trap traders I bought up here exit around the 50% mark on 16 or 17, and then you make money on 18. Not bad. You would get trapped on, if you tried that again, you would get trapped here, take a loss. However, that's also taking 2 to 3 singles in a row, so think about that. I haven't done the study yet, but I have a list of studies I have to do. One is I'm finishing up. I ran out of days for the previous study I was doing the other day, which was, what do I do when I get a setup in a setup? That's my first study I'm going to complete when there's more days. I think I need like 20 entries. The next one is going to be what happens when I have 2 winning signals in a row. Is the third signal a loser? And then I thought of a new setup today, and I want to see if we have a directional leg between 7 and 9 a.m. Pacific Standard. I want to see the percentage of a pullback if I can go for a swing. So just like today, we have a directional leg from 7, a little bit, the window will be from 7 to 9. So we have a directional leg down, and I want to see what the probabilities of getting a pullback to the 50% mark is and back down here. And that would be a swing for me. So I might even do that first. And I also want to do a study on the 10-minute chart with the same setup of trap traders, because some of you know, if you're in the Discord, I'm going to be working full-time starting next week to pay for these Randy Howe courses and the Share Me class with Ali. So I'll trade the 10-minute chart, 10-15-minute chart at work with the same exact setup. So for instance, I see these two, but I'm gonna do the study on it just to be safe. Let's see, where could I try? So here's a 10-minute setup. I see the first, or this is 15. Oh, this is 10 minutes. So maybe I see, yeah, that's the thing is I don't know. That's why I want to do the 50% pullback on the 5-minute chart for the 7 to 9 a.m. swing. But let's say I see the swing, and then I just put my order there for while I'm working. I get filled for that day. Maybe I don't. But that's up in smoke, so we'll see what I come up with later this weekend. I'll do that by like Saturday night, Sunday morning time frame. Anyways, bulls are getting trapped down here. Sell is off. Quick leg down. Big leg 1, leg 2. Leg 1, pull back, leg 2. Then we go to a tight trading range for the rest of the day. The reason I got cut up here, I was having more of a short bias. So for instance, I was short here. I got filled, and then I just exited on the breakout on 56. Then I tried a long. I did a quick long trade here. I had some time, and then I exited on 64. Oh wait, no, that's not right. There we go. Filled here, exited on 64, and then I tried one more time. I might have tried twice. I have to check. Try for the short. And then I got out on this breakout, and then I think I tried for the short again, or no, I think I may have tried for the long. I think I tried. Yeah, you can see that I was flip-flopping pretty quick here. I got cut up on this last piece of the leg, so that's how I ended up break even, because I had more of a short bias. But had I had a long bias, because we are above the entire time frame, it looks like all the trades would have worked. What the heck? Here's a nice rally, pullback, exit. This 2-bar breakout worked, but leg 1, pullback, leg 2, that worked. What's interesting is this one also would have worked. It would have came close to stopping me out. Filled here, sold off, hit me a target. So wrong side of the markets. It is what it is. You know, it's a break-even day. They're gonna happen from time to time. Trading range behavior. So people are gonna get trapped at extremes, and they're willing to average in. So today was a bit of a quick one. And yeah, I will talk to you guys on Monday. Thank you for your time. If you learned something, share, show. Don't be a hoe. Talk to you guys later. Bye.